Hey guys, stories from around the world today. Like the storybook. It's a little bit like Tinga Tinga, but from different countries. Today we're going to go for Nail Soup, a story from the Czech Republic, and it starts on page 82. Around 82, that's 91, 79, 80, 82. Nail Soup, a story from the Czech Republic. Long ago, a cold, tired and hungry man trudged down a dusty country road. He shivered as the wind blew through the tatters in his coat. Pushing his hands deep into his pockets, he carefully searched them for a coin, but all he found was a big, rusty nail. When he reached a village, he knocked on the door of the first house he came to, but no one answered. He knocked again, louder this time. At last he heard the sound of a key in the lock and some bolts being drawn back. The door opened a few inches, and a mean old woman peered out. "Good evening, madam," said the man. "I wonder if you could spare a cold, hungry man a bite to eat." The old woman opened the door a little bit wider. "I've no food in the house," she croaked, "but you can come in for a few minutes to warm yourself." Soon the man was sitting by a roaring fire with the old woman sitting opposite him. She said nothing, and after a while the man took a big rusty nail from his pocket and wiped it on his sleeve. He tossed it from hand to hand. When he was sure the old woman was watching, he said, "Yesterday I had the best soup I've ever eaten, just with this old nail." "What a load of old nonsense. You can't make soup with a nail," croaked the old woman. "If you had such a thing as a big pot of water, I could prove it to you," answered the man. Grumbling, the old woman fetched a big pot and put it on the stove. When the water was boiling, the man dropped in the nail. After waiting 10 minutes, he picked up a spoon and tasted the water. "Delicious," he said, "but I think it could do with a little bit of salt and pepper. Do you have any?" When the old woman opened a cupboard for them, the man could see the shelves were stacked with food. He took the pepper and salt and shook it into the pot, and he tasted the water again. He said, "I think it could do with an onion, and then it'll be perfect." The old woman hurried away and peeled and chopped a big onion and dropped it into the pot. The man, stirring the pot, tasted it again. He said thoughtfully. Maybe it needs a carrot or two, and a little meat if you have any." The old woman hurried away and came back with some carrots and a piece of meat. The man stirred them into the pot. "Of course, potatoes go very well with this soup," he said. And the old woman brought potatoes, peeled them and cut them into chunks, and the man dropped them in. Sat down by the fire. "Not long now," he said. Doesn't it smell good?" After half an hour he tasted the soup again, and then he said, "That's perfect now. I hope, madam, you will join me in eating this soup." Almost smiling, the old woman laid the table with a cloth and her best china. The man poured the soup into 2 big bowls and sat down at the table with the old woman. He dipped his spoon into the soup and then stopped. "You've been so kind. I wish I had some wine for you to drink with this soup," he said. "I think I've got a bottle somewhere," said the old woman, and soon came back with the wine and 2 glasses. While the old man and the old woman ate the soup and drank the wine, they talked and talked. The old woman brought out a crusty loaf of bread, cheese and fruit, and a big cake. They told each other stories, laughed a lot, and had a merry evening. The old woman couldn't remember when she'd enjoyed herself so much. When they'd eaten all they could and were growing sleepy, the old woman said, "It's getting late. I'll make you up a bed in the spare room. You'll be warm and comfortable in there." The man thanked her, and when she was out of the room, he scooped the nail out of the bottom of the soup pot and wiped it and dropped it into his pocket. Next morning, the man thanked the old woman again. "I'd never have believed you could make such a good soup with just an old nail," she said. The man smiled and murmured, "It's what you add to it that makes the difference." Then he patted his pocket to make sure the nail was still there. I may need that again tonight, he said quietly to himself as he walked away down the road. I think that's a really good story. The man's kind of tricked her, but not really. I think it's fab. See you later.